AITA for saying no to my brother-in-law joining our family trip to Disneyland? My brother-in-law, Jim, is married to my sister, Sally. They have a 7-year-old daughter named Daisy. Daisy was born with a serious neurological condition. She cannot speak, has major developmental delays, and needs full physical care. This has understandably been very difficult for both Jim and Sally. My husband and I have a 5-year-old daughter named Poppy. Since Daisy was born, my relationship with Sally has changed a lot. Sally has been honest that being around Poppy is painful for her because Poppy is healthy and developing as expected. When Poppy was very young, the 4 of us spent time together regularly, but once Poppy turned about 2, Sally became much more distant. I do not hold that against her. Her life is overwhelming, and I mention this only to explain that we do not function as one close, blended family. While Sally has pulled away, Jim has remained very involved in Poppy's life. He attends her ballet recitals, helps with transportation when my husband is out of town and I have schedule conflicts, and has helped supervise birthday parties. He also buys tickets to activities Poppy enjoys, such as performances and shows. Sometimes his involvement feels a bit excessive, like when he offers unsolicited parenting opinions or asks to come over on weekends that are not family-focused. Still, we have mostly appreciated his presence. We live near family because we value having relatives involved in our child's life, and Jim genuinely cares. He also gets along very well with my husband. I want to be very clear that this is not a safety concern. Jim is a kind person. He does not cross boundaries, does not overwhelm Poppy with gifts, and does not seek inappropriate time alone with her. Poppy is outspoken, confident, and communicates openly with us. That is not what this is about. About a week ago, I was casually talking to Jim about Poppy's upcoming birthday. We are planning a family dinner with extended relatives, and we are also considering taking Poppy to Disneyland as one of her gifts. We have delayed this trip for years because both my husband and I struggle with crowds and long lines, and we are not naturally drawn to theme parks. However, Poppy's best friend went last year, and Poppy has talked about it non-stop since, so we feel it is time. I joked to Jim about how much we were dreading the experience, and he suggested that he come along. He said he would cover his own expenses and could take Poppy on some rides to give us a break. I told him no. I like Jim, but I do not want a vacation with him. He tried to persuade me a bit, but eventually dropped it, and we moved on. Later, Sally called me, which rarely happens. She asked me to reconsider letting Jim come on the Disneyland trip. She explained that both she and Jim struggle emotionally with the parts of parenting they will never experience, and that being involved in Poppy's life helps Jim cope. I know this is true, as Jim has expressed similar feelings before. She pointed out that it would not cost me anything to let him come, and that he could help out, especially since I am not excited about the trip anyway. I told her that I wanted this trip to be just my husband, Poppy, and me. When she asked why, I did not have a strong explanation. She said Poppy loves Jim, which is true, and that his presence would make the trip easier and happier for everyone. I felt like she was suggesting that Jim's connection to my family plays a role in his ability to continue managing his life. I told her I would think about it. After that, Sally spoke to our mother, who now gently agrees that I should seriously consider allowing Jim to come. She is not pressuring me, but her opinion is clear. I know I do not have a concrete reason for refusing. I simply do not want him there. I want this experience to be just my immediate family. Does that make me wrong? AITA? For clarity, Jim does spend time caring for Daisy so Sally can have breaks. They alternate evenings and weekends so each of them can maintain friendships and personal time. Sally chooses to use her time for social activities and self-care.